The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in mercy. He will not always strive with us, nor will he keep his anger forever. He has not dealt with us according to our sins, nor punished us according to our iniquities. For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward those who fear him. Lord, you're so kind and tender-hearted and so patient with people who fail you. Your love is like a flooding river, overflowing its banks with kindness. You don't look at us only to find our faults, just so that you can hold a grudge against us. You may discipline us for our many sins, but never as much as we really deserve. Nor do you get even with us for what we've done. Higher than the highest heavens, that's how high your tender mercy extends. Greater than the grandeur of heaven above is the greatness of your loyal love, towering over all who fear you and bow down before you. Well, here on my day 35 of 180 day turnaround, as I'm pondering verse 11, I wanted to read out of two different versions, New King James and the Passion Translation, one traditional, one new. Verses 8 through 11 to give you the full context of this portion. But as I ponder on verse 11 today, it's just amazing to me how far ahead of his time David was when he wrote this. He was a new covenant thinker in an old covenant world. He was a grace man in the midst of law. He lived during a time in which the bloody, death-ridden religion of that day focused on who they believed to be a vengeful, judging, death-ridden God. They were afraid of him. Their idea of fear many times was not awe and reverence that it was intended to be, not respect, but it was downright terror. They refused to get near that God that they feared so greatly. And in the midst of that, here came David, this shepherd boy, who somehow in his wilderness experiences as a child discovered this God of love. And as the king of Israel, in the highest ranking position, he focused on servanthood, so rare in that world that he lived in. He focused on love, and he knew a God that was loving, gracious, merciful. He reminded me a lot of the Apostle Paul. The Apostle Paul was a hyper grace man, and being so hyper grace, he was constantly being criticized and challenged on what he believed. And much of his writing was dealing with that fact that he was living outside of the religious traditions of the day. Well, I could go on, and all I want to say today is that we live in a great age today. It is a time in which God's grace is being poured out to such a great degree, and we have the opportunity to live in the light of our Father, to live in his mercy, his love, and his grace. And I know I am so tempted to go back to living by law. Even in this 180 turnaround, I put these expectations on myself, which are great. I set goals, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's a good thing. But then I live under the burden of those. And I've got to realize, no, I don't have to lose weight to please my Father. I don't have to obey to be blessed. I don't have to live by some code or law to somehow experience the fullness of the kingdom within me. No, I just need to love him, worship him. I need to realize who I am, created in the image and likeness of the creator of everything. And to let that light which dwells within me shine out brightly. Live in who I am in relation to who he is. Wow. So if you're setting goals for yourself, great, do it. If you've got things you want to achieve, hey, be an achiever. That's great. Our Father is a creator, and he's constantly creating, and so he doesn't just lay back and eat grapes and have someone fanning him and live the lazy life. No, he's a very progressive, a very productive role model for us. But it's from freedom, from a position of rest, from knowing I've already got it all, and allowing what is in my spirit to renew my mind and enliven my body. So today, be blessed. Have a great day. Turn things around. Go after your goals. But do it from a position of rest, love, mercy, and grace.